One became so successful at making wagon wheels and ox yokes that he was able to sell them in his spare time. He made enough money that not only did he purchase his freedom, he was able to purchase his wife's freedom. Richard Edwards, education manager at the National Frontier Trails Museum in Independence, says this was unusual for a slave.
Had Matilda remained a slave, any child of that union would have been a slave.
Hiram's business, Hiram Young and Company, skyrocketed at the start of the gold rush in 1839. People were moving west and needed wagons to get there.
These wagons were capable of hauling up to 6,000 pounds worth of goods.
That's equivalent to a semi-truck and trailer these days.
He had 300 completed wagons in his inventory. He had 6,000 ox yokes in storage.
The Civil War forced him to close his business and move to Leavenworth, Kansas. He never fully recovered business after the war, but went on to open a school for slaves and a church. People may not realize that when they drive through the intersection of Liberty Street and Independence Avenue, they're driving through the very place where Hiram Young and Company once stood.
Hiram Young was probably one of the most prosperous people in Jackson County, Missouri.
Another prominent entrepreneur who followed Hiram's example was a young African-American woman, Emily Fisher.
She was another example of a person born in slavery. And because apparently she worked in the hotel industry.
Emily Fisher saved her tips and earnings and eventually bought her own freedom. She owned a hotel near the Independence Square.
Her establishment was known for the high quality of the service and the cleanliness of the place.
While these establishments are no longer standing, the legacies remind us that through tremendous struggle, hard work, and determination, success is possible.
It took a while for the society to awaken to the reality that all men are created equal.
Heather Staggers, KCTV 5 News.
Both Hiram Young and Emily Fisher were buried in Woodlawn Cemetery, which was prohibited for African Americans back then. By the way, their headstones are still there. If you'd like to learn more, you can visit the National Frontier Trails Museum in Independence, Missouri.
A small Kansas town is making